Now, let us welcome our Kim Do-yeon into the studio to discuss this further. Welcome, Do-yeon.
Thank you for having me.
So, Do-yeon, you mentioned the price hike of petroleum products was mitigated by the government's price cap. The question is, how did South Korea fare compared to other nations?
Right. The Ministry of Data and Statistics emphasized that, as I said in the report, the domestic fuel price surge was contained thanks to the government's price ceiling, which is currently capped at 1,934 won per liter for gasoline for refiners when they transfer it to retailers. But first, take a listen to what the official had to say.
While we are the first to release detailed March figures, looking broadly, the margin of increase is significantly slower compared to countries like the U.S. or Japan. This effect appears to be largely due to the implementation of the price ceiling.
Now, to be specific, the U.S. national average for regular gasoline, according to AAA, just topped $4 a gallon for the first time in nearly 4 years, jumping over $1 per gallon since the conflict began. U.S. diesel has also surged by roughly $1.70, and this, as I've been saying, can be thanks to the government's price ceiling.
Then, Do-yeon, the biggest question on everyone's mind is the Middle East conflict. Will global oil prices be tamed anytime soon?
Well, now, there are analyses about that, and a new report by the Korea Institute for International Economic Policy, or KIEP, concluded that oil prices will not return to pre-situation Middle East situation levels under any foreseeable scenario. Take a listen.
For example, even in an early ceasefire scenario, it would be $90 by the fourth quarter of 2027. The biggest reason is that supply cannot be rapidly increased. Even if the U.S. eases sanctions on Russia or tries to increase its own production, practically, it is difficult to sharply increase output in a short period.
If the current blockade of the Strait of Hormuz continues, prices could stabilize at a much higher $117. Repairing damaged Middle Eastern energy facilities will take 3 to 5 years. And even if the strait reopens, potential Iranian transit fees will likely be passed down to consumers.
Well, that doesn't sound too promising, Do-yeon. I have to say, what exactly can we expect for April, next month and beyond? Is it just about expensive airfares and groceries?
Well, it seems to be that it goes in much deeper. Now, as I've said before, while consumers will feel the immediate pinch in airfares and imported food this month, a massive crisis is brewing in our core industries. The conflict has severely disrupted the supply of naphtha and LNG. Following the attack on Qatar's gas complex, global naphtha prices have skyrocketed by nearly 50%. South Korea relies on the Middle East for over 34% of its naphtha, the absolute backbone of our petrochemical industry. Furthermore, Qatar is a major producer of helium, a critical component for semiconductor manufacturing. This energy shock is transforming into a severe supply chain crisis for the nation's biggest export sectors.
Indeed. Do-yeon, thanks for the coverage tonight.
Thank you for having me.